There is this documentary on Netflix I watched last spring, I want to say, and it was the documentary on TikTok, and I think they took like 1, 2, or 3 like big influencers on TikTok, like millions of followers, and they were kind of doing this deep dive on how TikTok works and how invasive their algorithm is, to the degree that they were saying that because you gave them access to basically all the passwords, all the computers that you're logged into.
That's insane.
But even your photo library and your camera, the camera on your camera phone. And here's why: is their analytics are basing it off of when you swipe. They're seeing your biometrics on your face, the facial recognition. The way facial recognition works is the software puts dots like your cheekbones, your lip, all this stuff, like your eyes, and it sees change, higher, lower kind of thing. And even though it's slight, they're seeing an emotional reaction to it, right?
So if you're laughing,
when somebody lies,
yeah,
they'll even like look away or whatever.
Right.
Like they're seeing something of a positive or negative change to a degree, right?
Right.
In golf, when you hit a golf club, when you have the analytics, it'd be like it's 3% to the left, 4%. Okay.
always got to bring in the golf
I shot
analogy.
a really good score today.
So you're feeling good.
I'm feeling good today. And so what in the documentary they're saying that by you signing that agreement, you are allowing them access to your camera phone. So when you're consuming the content, they're seeing a facial response. So something that makes you angry, something that makes you happy, something that makes you intrigued. They're registering the biometrics and catering more and more information to
when
you.
you do have that like a response in your face.
Yep.
So even if you're mad, they're going to keep sending you those videos.
Well, Facebook is a great example of that, except Facebook doesn't use the camera analytic or biometric. Facebook will cater to you based on an anger emotional response. So if there's political stuff that's put up, whether it's left or right leaning, and you have a particular like dislike face or a negative comment or a like, which is positive, it will cater to you more and more of that stuff. Because if like The Social Dilemma, the documentary The Social Dilemma on Netflix is fantastic.
I still haven't seen that.
You really haven't seen it?
I know.
It's one of the best documentaries.
Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it this weekend.
It's one of the top documentaries out there that they have the top CEOs of Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. They're part of this documentary, like explaining what their process is. Oh, here's another cool one. I was watching another documentary. I forgot maybe you remember the name of it. It's the one, it was kind of like, it was about Trump's 2013 election.
Oh,
and you were like, it's slow.
It was a little bit slow in the beginning.
But
what was that called?
While you're looking it up.
Yeah.
So it was basically, they were breaking down, there's this company, this analytic company. It's called something Analytica. I forgot what the name was. It's a European company. Mm-hmm. And they're the ones that are doing the analytics.
Is it called The Great Hack?
Yeah, The Great Hack, I think. They're doing something Analytica is this company in Europe. They were basically doing all these experiments with people in the United States via Facebook to manipulate, this is according to the documentary, the Trump's 2013 election. I'm hoping I'm correct with the date, 2013 is when. And what they were breaking down, I didn't finish the documentary, but what they were breaking down, a big point about it is they figured out kind of like hypnosis, right? When you go to like a King County Fair or something like that, or a county fair, they do this like hypnosis presentation, like who wants to be hypnotized, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of skepticism out there, but the reality is that hypnosis works, but only works in a very limited population of people who are able to be hypnotized, right? Mm-hmm. Like a susceptible person, people who, I'm just taking a wild guess, maybe somebody who's like a people pleaser, you know what I mean? Or somebody who's very gullible, like that kind of people who are less skeptics, right? And they figured,
like me.
I'm not pointing fingers, but they figured out the analytics behind that there is a population of people within every state, and they broke down every state based by these small like acreage sizes or square mile acreage of what the demographic of people are able to be essentially hypnotized or convinced. And they essentially targeted those people via their analytics of presenting them ads to steer one way or another. Because the majority, I don't want to say the majority, but there's a large population of people who are skeptics, and they're like, oh, whatever. Oh, I see what they're doing here. If you're right leaning and they have these like left wing propaganda, you go, oh, they're doing this thing. If you're left leaning and they show right wing, they're most people are like centrist. They're more of like, they have this clarity to be like, I see what they're doing. They're trying to turn us against them and whatever. I don't want any part with it. That's a normal, like clear thinking person.
Right.
But what this Analytica company is doing from Europe is they're finding people who are far more susceptible to a hypnosis state or a convincing state where they're far more triggered. They're either left or right. They are extreme left or extreme right. They're more likely to believe in conspiracy theories. They're more likely to believe in like whatever folklore you want to present to lizard people, like the hollow moon theory or the flat earth theory. They're targeting those kind of people. And next thing you know, the word spreads and the votes get cast in.
Yeah. Within that like group of people.
So data is information, right? Like it, and I don't think information is bad. Like I use it for my work.
Right.
And I don't
most
think
people are.
I don't think it's that intrusive where you're like, I'm like, well, most people watch YouTube videos between this time and that time. And most people have a duration of that. And it's primarily males compared to female. Like that is, but I also don't think that, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll get backlash for this, but I don't know if it's that bad of a deal. Like, because I believe everybody's responsible for their own thing, right? Unless your information is leaked for the world, where it's like your bank account, how much you have in your savings account, and whatever content inappropriate you
everything
send somebody.
That's on your phone.
Right. But your spending habits or your, like, for example, information like you're more likely to purchase things between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., right? Because it's post-dinner. Everything's cleaned up. Kids are kind of maybe put away or getting ready for bed. You're on the couch, you're scrolling through, and you maybe had a cocktail, so you're kind of a little loose. You're like, oh, maybe I do need that. I've been wanting to. Like, that's not that vital. And
They're just catering to what you want. They're just helping you out.
So essentially, I don't think anybody's brainwashing you to change your habits of behavior. Now, to some people, you might be like, hey, that's intrusive. Like, I don't want you to see.
Depends on the person. Yeah, I think you're right. Because then they're kind of just like promoting the things you're already looking at.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.